Good morning. I've been looking forward to this morning for 2 years since the last Champions Breakfast, because there's nothing better than accounting when you have been accountable, when you have kept your promises. This is the Champions Breakfast. You are the champions of this city, people with heart, leaders with vision, builders all. People who bring big ideas and better ideas to Nashville. We asked the mayor to speak this morning, and he was very generous in his comments. But from where I sit on the east side of the Cumberland, he is the architect. He is the champion of champions for our young people, and we thank him for his leadership and focus on school reform and community safety. You were asked to come today because someone thought that you had a heart for all children, a head full of cynicism or free of cynicism. You may be one that is slightly impatient with what is. I am one of those people. You are someone who can and does make a way for others, and that is a very high compliment. At its simplest, Martha O'Brien Center is a place that makes a way for others. We make a way available. We make it accessible. But the individual always does the work, always makes the change, begins to believe in their own story again. I believe there has never been a more symbiotic moment in this city, a bigger opportunity than today. Our state, our city leadership, our school leadership, our business community, our Chamber of Commerce, all of us have decided that we are going to reform our schools, invest in our teachers, improve our neighborhoods, and inspire all children. The new census will show us that here in Nashville, we have over 10,000 young people, 16 to 26, that are out of work and out of school. That is an army. And we cannot afford one more young person who is not ready for work or life. Today, we have sought to tell you the story of our young people by telling you a little bit of the story of their parents, because we are a family-centric organization, not a youth-serving organization. That is because we are very careful stewards of the investment, and there's just a bigger bang for your buck if you lift whole families, if you inspire whole families, if you invest in whole families. In 2002, at the Champions Breakfast, the first Champions Breakfast, we said that we would teach, mentor, and inspire our young people to explore the world of college and work and see themselves as part of that world. Not that it was for someone else, it was for them. We said that if we just convinced them that where they live today, whether it be Casey Homes or somewhere else, that that was temporary for them. That everyone would graduate from high school and everyone would graduate with a plan for college, the military, or a career path. In 2002, we were serving about 100 school-age kids. This year, I'm very, very happy to announce that we will serve over 1,000 young people. Today, everyone graduates who is in our Thrive Youth Development Program. In our neighborhood, we only have about 21% of the adults have high school diplomas. All are on a college or serving in the military or pursuing a career. And in one case, he's doing all three at one time. We have over 20 students that we are financially assisting in college. As Jeff Dobine said earlier, we do have a 0 pregnancy rate among our youth. But that's not because we say no. We do say no. We do say you're not ready. But it's because we have given kids hope for what can be. They have seen our world. They have seen the world that waits for them, and that's what they want. Today, we have an army of tutors, over 50 tutors, on about 8 sites. And in reading improvement, our students make over 14 months in a 9-month school year. That's because they spend 25% more time on academic tasks. There is no downtime at Martha O'Brien. Thrive is 12 months a year. This summer we created an 8th grade summer transition camp so that our 8th graders were the top students at 9th grade. They are not the 10th grade dropouts. The theme for their summer camp this summer was physics. I don't think I would have gone to a camp that was physics, but their theme was physics. Now, how are we doing this? It is the highway. The highway is a better idea. It's not a slogan. This highway actually exists, and families can reach out and take it. They can get on it and run. The mothers that you met today are making every connection on that highway for their children. So why is it important? What's unique about it? First of all, these programs and services are strategically connected. One follows the next. They are accessible. There can be a great ballet program at Centennial Park, but it doesn't do one child on the east side good because there's no transportation to get there, and there's no money for public transportation. The highway creates a better class of education consumers, high expectations for schools. It builds hope in parents and students alike, and the fuel on this highway is simply love and admiration, because that's what we all run on, is people loving us and admiring us and believing in us. But also we have taken a very hard, critical look at our services and where the gaps are. Because of that hard look, we have coaches that assist our young people to succeed in college, not just enroll. We leave no space for gangs or crime and no respect for street life or the few dollars made on the corners. We are doing this because it's not 1950 anymore. The odds are against us. The stakes are higher. The competition is better. But isolated and segmented problem solving doesn't work. The old ways of silos of services, churches over here, nonprofits over here, school in their little block, that doesn't work anymore. So we budget conservatively, we partner to expand impact, and we hire the best. And when I say the best, I mean the smartest and most ambitious people. And our partners are organizations like the Oasis Center that measure change, transformation, outcome, not just transactions. But most important, at Martha O'Brien Center, we make a distinction between what helps and what works. Keenan was 14 when we met him. We didn't meet him in our Tied Together parenting program when he was born. We didn't meet him the first time he went to foster care, nor the second. We met him when he could not read and he was a freshman at Stratford High. We were asked to go to an individual education plan for special ed, and we did that. We were told there that he would graduate with a special ed degree, and if you know anything about our special ed degrees here in Tennessee, that is a ticket to nowhere. Our director of youth education, Misty Moody, is a tenacious person and said that's not good enough and left us with that task. So I'm very happy to tell you that Keenan not only learned to read, but he passed every single gateway, and he graduated this spring on time with self-respect. There's a lot of things we could have done for Keenan to help him, but we did what worked, and the only thing that worked for this young man was a high school diploma, so he could be ready to do the next thing. We have to give love and hope and joy to our kids. We have to give of ourselves, and we all in this room know that, because someone, or maybe lots of someones, put you on a highway of success. Your parents, your coach, your grandmother, your teachers, or maybe all of them. And I know some of you, and somebody had to restart you a couple times. But they all put you on a highway. And that's all we do at Martha O'Brien. We stand before you 8 years after the first Champions Breakfast as a company with very tight fiscal controls, a clear vision of where we are going, a deep understanding of our client, and a dogged determination to do what works for families. Across this country, there are 3.5 million dropouts. Economists tell us that they estimate every year the combined income and tax losses from a single year of dropouts. It's about $192 billion. That is almost 2% of our GDP. We cannot afford anything in Nashville but investment in our young people. That's not just compassion, that's common sense. Many things help young people. but the highway works. The highway changes the trajectory of young people's lives and inspires not just kids, but parents. So what's happening on the highway? I'm very pleased to announce that with a new partnership, we are opening a new facility at Stratford High, a new study center, where we will focus on intensive tutoring for basic skills, high-level one-on-one tutoring for advanced courses, college access with our partner Oasis Center, and Work Ready, our pre-job skills training. This is 5,000 square feet. This is a partnership that we've never experienced here in Nashville. A great partnership between a school district that is addressing the problems and nonprofits that are willing to do the work. We can do this because we have new leadership in this city. For once, we are really talking about what needs to be done, and we're getting about doing it. The mayor is expanding his after-school program for middle students. We have 180 graduate families of our Tied Together parenting program. And it is their idea that we expand that program to elementary and middle school. But the largest expansion of our educational outreach and focus is the opening of East End Preparatory School, a K-5 charter elementary school with a strong emphasis on academic rigor and community and parent engagement. A great school, not an okay school, not in the middle of the pack, not at the bottom, but a great school that cements the love of learning in the whole family. Now we have challenges, and I will tell you what they are in 2 words: waiting lists. In the Early Learning Center, particularly for babies or toddlers or families that are young families trying to get into the workforce, we won't have an opening for months, maybe over a year. The community-based pre-K school was filled in less than 4 days last spring. We have over 100 kids right now on our waiting list for elementary and middle school Thrive after school. Our high school program, which with our new space will quadruple this year, will be at capacity by Christmas. So what is it we want to do? We want to go to scale. We don't want to play at the edges. We want to go to scale. There are 6,000 young people in the Stratford High School cluster. Our vision is to serve 6,000 young people, meshing our investments with the reforms that the district is putting together in schools, partnering with strong nonprofits and city government. What would change if all 6,000 spent an extra 25% of their day on academic engagements? What if all young people were focused on college before they get to high school? What if all parents knew how to support their child's educational goals and their child's school? Today I know this: Nashville will be changed by what we, the champions of this city, do right now. I feel a deep sense of urgency. Kids are going to be left out. Kids are going to be left behind. And I know that because I have the waiting list. I know that because I see their face every day. But I also feel a great sense of opportunity. We have the right players in all the right places on this field right now. And we are working together as a school district, as a city, and as a nonprofit community like we never have before. The question is whether we are ambitious enough for those who need us. Nashville is making its future, making it today. Not by the convention center, nothing's wrong with that, and the mayor left the room so I can say that. But we're making our future by the quality of young person that we raise up in this city. Nashville will prosper with the talents of the 50,000 children who are today categorized as low income, or we will be burdened by their inability to contribute, to earn, and to create. The highway exists because in Nashville we love our neighbor. We love the child whose little voice, and I hope you could hear that little voice, that called out to us at the end of the film, "I can see you out there." This is about us. It is about our ambition. You have seen 2 fine young men this morning, and we have hundreds behind them, and they're all just that fine. Let's not seize the day. Let's seize tomorrow. Thank you.